everyone. Welcome back to Bravo Bedside Banter. I'm Rachel, and I'm here with my co-host Meredith.
Hello, everyone.
Wow,
what's going on?
Type of day we're slow motioning as we begin.
Yes, we've both had quite the weekend as we record here on a Sunday. But I did have time to catch up over the weekend on some things happening in New York, and curious your thoughts on how this season is going.
You know, I really miss the old New York ladies so much.
I do too.
These ladies are fun. It's fine, but I miss the old group of women. I miss Sonia so much.
I do too. I really, really hope that we can see this legacy situation come to fruition.
Yeah.
I don't know. This cast, something's got to happen. Something drastic needs to happen. The whole self-producing that Bryn's doing, and Bryn is even trying to produce Becky, as they call her. What's going on there with Rebecca Minkoff? Like, is she just not telling us everything?
I think it's really interesting that she decided to go on this show because, like, people, typically celebrities that are involved in Scientology, stay away from media of any type, right? Like,
right.
That is not produced. And this is, yes, the show is produced, but it's also a reality show. I'm really surprised that she is on this show.
I also think that someone who she's like trying to be so reserved. Like, why did you go on a show that we want to hear all the details?
Yeah, she's being very reserved, and I don't know if she'll make it.
Do you think that she'll listen to Bryn's advice and start being more savage?
No.
Okay.
I feel like if we were going to see that, we'd have like a preview for it, or like we'd see it in one of the trailers.
Maybe like the mid-season trailer?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'm just holding on hope at this point for New York because it's like, come on, give us something. It's been the same drama circles now for a couple of episodes.
Yeah, and nothing really exciting or fun has happened. Like, the trip wasn't even that fun. They weren't getting into, like, fun shenanigans.
And they're in New York still.
Yeah.
They're in the Hamptons, so we need to see them get out of their comfort zone and do something dramatic.
Jessel's really feeling herself this season, too.
I love that for her.
Me too. I am loving her confidence. She's so much more confident than the first season.
You could see a sense of comfort in front of the cameras, too. Like, you could see it's more authentic.
Yeah, her matching outfit that she wore to the plane, she was feeling herself in that.
Yes.
Oh, and I was like, get it, lady. This is very different than last season when she was so uncomfortable with everything.
I think that it does. Like, I don't know how I would react in that scenario, though, right away either. Like, knowing that the internet is just going to come after you for every single thing that you do.
That would be terrible. I mean, I was thinking about that little plane ride when they were having it. I'm like, can you imagine being in this plane ride with also a big camera and a producer?
Not even a plane, a fucking helicopter.
Yeah,
I would be terrified.
I'd be like, what is going on?
And it looked like a nice situation, but you could not pay me money to go on a helicopter.
I don't think I'd ever want to be in a helicopter.
I feel like that's whenever you find out that people die unexpectedly, it's on a helicopter.
Would you go on, though, a small plane?
Yes. I don't know why that feels more safe.
Plane? You would do it?
Yeah, I have.
Whoa. Okay, but you wouldn't get on a helicopter.
No, for something about, like, I don't know if it's the engine. It's a mental thing. The helicopter, it's a no for me, dog.
I'm learning something new about you. I never knew that.
I have been on a teeny tiny plane before. Like a no-seater. I sat on the floor.
Oh my God. That's scary.
Yeah. It was like I was there with some friends for spring break, and one of the friends wanted to skydive, but me and my other friend weren't 18 yet. So it was really sketchy, and we had our moms FaceTime in giving verbal consent, and then they wrote on a napkin because our moms are at the bar, "We will not sue you if anything happens," and signed it. And they let us go up in the plane while our friends skydived.
Oh my God.
And that didn't feel as scary, but like a helicopter sounds terrifying.
I can't believe your mom was at the bar and wrote on a napkin.
Yeah. I wonder if
It's
she remembers that.
iconic.
Yeah. It was my junior or senior year of high. No, I wasn't 18 yet. So it must have been my sophomore or junior year of high school.
I love that. I love that
Yeah.
story so much. Icon, queen, legend.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm not leaving this bar to go sign this form, so.
And it literally was like on a napkin. Like, we will not
like
see
a bar
you.
nap.
Yeah.
I wish you would get that. That would have been.
I know. I should have kept it.
Album.
I should have kept it. Oh, well. So yeah, New York, kind of not much is happening for me. Do you have any other highlights for New York?
No, I really love Jenna's outfit. Her dominatrix outfit was hot. Her
I will
latex.
say I do love, they will never make me hate Jenna.
No, the fashion on New York is so good. Like, that's one thing that I do love every week. The fashion's really good.
But I want Sonia Morgan. I want that chaotic energy. I want the like everything about Sonia Rita and Lou and even Crazy Eyes Ramona. Like, I'll even take her a couple of episodes. Like, I missed that level of chaos where it was something different every single week. It was craziness.
Yeah,
The shit that came out of their mouths.
That's the thing. It's like we need more women on these shows that like do not care what people think about them, because like those women do not care. Like, they don't give two fucks what their comments are, because they're so delusional that everyone's in love with them.
Yeah. Also, speaking of like old vintage New York
women.
Yeah, like, so, I think Halloween, like, I automatically think of Dorinda, the queen of holidays. And then I got down a rabbit hole of like old New York clips around Halloween. And it was Alex McCord and her husband. And she went as Sarah Palin and he was the moose.
Stop.
I'll have to send you the clip. I miss Alex McCord. So then I went and I went down another rabbit hole. Yeah. This is like just trying to just decompress from my mentally strenuous day. And Alex McCord's son is 21. One of her sons just turned 21. What? The oldest son.
Weren't they like 7 on that show when it started? Yeah. Oh my God. That's
Isn't that crazy? I know.
These kids, when they like
Francois.
The Guidice kids too, like all of them, it's like, what?
Oh, Teresa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Kind of crazy to see them all grown up.
Yeah, and Kyle's kids too, because we've watched them really grow up too.
Okay, I'm really glad that you said that. The trailer came out.
Yes, it did. Do we think that we're going to get Kyle saying that she is in a relationship with the woman? Morgan?
No. I think if they would have also teased it in the trailer if we were going to get it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think if anything, it's going to be such a not topic that people can draw their own conclusions.
Yeah. Interesting. Do we think, have you seen the paparazzi pictures and stuff like saying that Dorit is fucking Mauricio?
No, but
that's like in some blind items on Demois of Dorit and Mauricio are a thing. Which honestly, I could see easily.
I could see, especially because we're seeing Dorit and Kyle having a fallout this year.
Yeah.
I could see it, but I also just have a feeling that Mauricio is going to date around and date young women.
Oh, yeah, he's going to date young people for sure.
So that would be the only reason why I maybe wouldn't believe it.
He's going to be like, I don't date anyone over the age of 25. I don't date anyone with a fully developed frontal lobe.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really glad that Kathy's coming back.
Me too. She has a wig on this season. Did you notice that?
No.
Like, bitch, that is not your hair.
Wait, really?
It looks like a wig in the trailer, for sure. It looks like a wig without a lace front. And I'm like, Kathy, Get your wig with your lace front.
I feel like she probably, if she's wearing a wig now, all of a sudden, she probably has been for a while.
Yeah.
It's like a part of her brand. Like her look is her brand.
Yeah, and her look is the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so. There's a couple of new people on Beverly Hills. Curious to see
Yeah.
how that pans out.
Me too.
And looking forward to the drama of the season. I think I'm very optimistic.
I know. I think it could be a good season. The last 2 seasons have been snooze fests.
So I wonder if we're going to have any crossovers, any OC crossovers. Like,
Oh,
do you think we'll
maybe.
see a cameo from Heather Dubrow
Probably.
trying to enter her way into Beverly Hills?
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
So, speaking of Heather, what did you think about this week? Katie being so messy to Tamra about how her the whole rumor about her daughter hearing Emily's children say that they're scared of Heather or some shit.
Yeah, Katie, that was messy, but like, I don't know. I'm actually here for it. Someone needs to be a little messy on that show, and I think Katie's doing it.
I think Katie's doing it. I think it's too obvious though.
Yeah. She really wants to take down Heather, which is interesting.
Like how do you wake up and choose to take down a character such as Heather Dubrow?
Also, you have a lot of self-esteem and a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
But the other thing I'm thinking too is like this was happening right when Emily was really upset with Heather because of all the sizing stuff from the fashion show. The
Yeah.
likelihood that those kids overheard their mother crying and then the name Heather Dubrow in that and then just said like she's mean to mommy because they connected their mother crying and something that she said is really probable, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think that it probably was just like a mistake of the kids overhearing stuff. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Like don't blow it up.
I think that they're kind of grasping for this one. It's a
Yeah.
stretch.
It's a stretch. It's like just let it be.
Yeah. Because and also for Heather to like be upset to Emily about that, like that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Heather gets upset if anyone says anything about her, but then she can dish it all she wants.
Yeah. Like she was bringing up Shannon. Oh God, this whole Shannon thing. It's great. Like, okay, Shannon, you're doing wonderful, but like I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for Tamra to go.
Oh, I'm so disappointed in Tamara this season. I was really hoping that it was going to be great having her, but it's been bad. Her like meanness just like does not work for that show anymore. And maybe it did at one point, but like it does not anymore.
No. And it just seems so, I don't know, out of place, unwelcome. And I'm so glad to see that in her confrontation with Jen, or Jen's confrontation with her, really,
Yeah.
that Jen was able to stay so cool, calm, collected, not throw things at her, be very direct in how she felt, state how she felt, state what she did and how it hurt her, and then remove herself from the situation. Love to see it.
Jen handled that like a all-star housewife.
Yes. I was getting worried about Jen's fate here. I was like, okay, what other storyline do we have? And my faith is renewed.
I think
My
she's
hot take is that I will see her next season.
Oh, we definitely will. I think because also we're going to want to see what happens with Ryan.
Yes. Yeah. Who was it that was telling her, you have this beautiful husband, this beautiful life? Who was it? And I remember thinking, like, wait, what? Or this beautiful partner. It was a scene towards the end.
Oh.
I don't think it was
I do
Katie.
think Ryan's attractive. Do you?
Not my type.
I like he's not
he
my
looks
type of like.
like an asshole. Like to him, he's giving Teresa Giudice's husband, whatever his name is.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. He is
That's the
giving.
kind of vibe that he's giving,
He
but
does give
California
that vibe,
version.
but like, God, Louis, right? Is that yeah, Louis?
Louis.
He's like, I just picture him and I cringe and I get icked in my body.
You're like, you're mean. You just look like
Yeah,
an asshole.
he definitely looks like an asshole. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he has hit a woman before in his life. He just gives that vibe of like, you've probably hit a woman at some point.
Yeah, or done something terrible, maybe. I
Allegedly.
don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the vibe.
Yeah, the vibe is there. Same with Louis. Like, it's like, when you see those men and you can almost see like the anger behind their eyes. Like,
Yeah.
everything is like picture perfect in the way
Mhm.
that they treat their partner, but then you can see in their eyes of like there's some like demons behind those eyes with you have a lot of anger hiding in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too, like he has the capability to be manipulative, or I don't know. I'm curious to see how the situation of his unfolds because he is being so low key. Like, what is this going to turn into? He's
But I'm
not
like,
like very direct about what his situation is.
no, but I'm like, Jen, honey, ride this out, baby. Get those Zimmerman dresses, get your extensions, get your nails, like, get it, enjoy.
Yeah. And she's like, kind of like poking fun at herself, like, what's my new Zara outfit of the day? Like, bitch, that is not Walmart. Like,
I
you can have
know.
nice clothes.
I also love that she was like, she brought up her own fake purses too. She's like, last year I wasn't good enough for you because I had fake Chanel. And like, when
Love
she was
it.
yelling at Tamra, and I was like, I love that you're just bringing up your own stuff, so she
Yeah.
can't use it against you. You're like, I'll just bring it up.
Getting ahead of it.
Yeah, I think
I
Jen is
love
going to
that.
be a real treat on the rest of the season.
Yes. And then Shannon
Get some dick.
storms Bador, storming out when things get hard. I'm over this. It's overdone. Not good. Don't like it. Make it stop. I mean, it's giving like elementary school year-old child that can't handle their emotions and storms out. Like, please learn how to stick around and stick up for yourself or understand why people are thinking this way.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like I can't handle whenever things get hard, so I'm just going to leave. And she says, "Oh, and that's growth."
Just leaving is not growth. I mean, like, because you're still storming out and making a response.
She's
Like,
still Shannon storming out.
Shannon storms Fedor, but she she's just, it's hard because like I want to give Shannon a second chance, and like I get that, I think that people do deserve second chances, especially when they mess up, and like the DUI thing really, it seems like, rocked her and made her think differently about maybe who she was dating and the energy she was putting into Johnny J.
Johnny
Um,
J.
and however, though, like she is just such a miserable person. Like, do you know when you meet those people and they're so miserable and they
Yeah.
don't want to do anything to change their lives? They're just like,
Mm-hmm.
this is who I am and this is what it is. And like
Mm-hmm.
people like that, I cannot spend time with. Like, do you have people in your life where they are just like so miserable, but so just like, this is where I'm staying and I'm not doing anything about it?
Yeah.
And do you feel like it's easy to spend time with them?
No.
No, it's miserable.
It feels infectious, and it's just like there's so many blessings in my life, and the blessings in your life to the person
Yeah.
that's this miserable. If you can't see that, then look inward and figure out
Also,
what's
if you
going
can't
on.
see it, like, change your fucking life. Like, I think that that's the thing, especially with Shannon, like, with all of the privilege and all of the wealth she has, and, like, well, maybe not that much wealth anymore now that she paid the settlement, but, like, with all, she's got beautiful daughters that love her, and she has Archie, she has a home, she has a TV show. Like, if you are this miserable, like, start doing something to change your life. Like,
Yeah.
I just have really low tolerance, especially for people that have privilege and availability to change their life
The
when they don't,
resources and
and they have resources. It's like, just do something different. Like, I know you've been this way too in your life, Meredith, and I think that this is where we're pretty similar of like when things in our lives have gone wrong or like we don't like what's happening, you and I have like we're like, okay, we're gonna go down a different path, we're gonna change something.
We're going to move
Like,
across the country, do
yeah,
something different.
we're gonna move across the ocean and across the country, or like we're gonna change. Like, I don't like my job, I'm gonna change my job. I'm not gonna sit and complain about it, or like I don't like the way these friends are treating me, I'm gonna get new friends, or like
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like you and I have just changed our lives over and over again when we've had that like dissatisfaction, and seeing someone like Shannon just be so comfortable in her misery. Like she made her birthday trip bad.
Yeah.
I'm just rambling now, but that's what the point I'm getting to is like her birthday trip was bad because of her attitude.
Yeah. I agree. And that's not going to get you very far. And I hope that maybe as she continues on this healing era of her life that she can understand that. I'm curious though. I just saw it like yesterday or today maybe of this media journalist, and I can't remember this person's name, but I just saw it online where this person called out Shannon for basically being a huge cunt and very rude whenever she was on the Housewives adjacent dating show.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah, girl, you are behind because you're not on TikTok. So that happened.
Oh, okay. I'm just a granny over here.
No. That happened. He like made all these posts, but it was definitely like unhinged. Like you could tell that he was triggered by something because the posts he made were on his stories and they were like really unhinged.
Okay.
And then like you could tell that this person is doing this like in a thumb war of like something that just happened type of thing. Like these sentences aren't even making sense. And then he came out like a week ago and basically apologized and said that he was really angry and he was triggered and like he takes it all back. And so yeah. And that like
But the
Shannon's
comments,
had a really hard year.
the comments on it were
Oh,
very interesting because the comments were very much so, who the fuck are you? Who are you? And we know Miss Storms Bador. And who the fuck are you? And then also the comments went into her children, her daughters are also rude as well.
oh wow. Oh
So
no.
it was an interesting comment section.
Well, I think the problem with Shannon is that like she loves being the victim in her own life. And it's
Yes.
like I'm not I think that Shannon has been victimized in certain ways, like throughout like her ex like God, her ex-husband sucks and he was really terrible to her and like
Yes.
humiliated her on national television multiple times with the way he would speak to her and about
Yeah.
her. So like she has been the victim in certain situations, but like in order to stop being the victim, you have to take control of your life and you have to choose. And she doesn't want to do that. She wants to use even like this DUI as more victimhood.
Well, I think too that it comes to a point when that is your life for so long and it plays out in front of you. I think there is a piece of learned helplessness that comes to
Yeah.
it where you just kind of sulk in your own sadness, misery, whatever, because you feel like there's nothing else out there for you and that
Totally.
you are stuck here,
Yeah.
which is sad when you think about it.
You're right. That's the empathy that you just added the empathetic part of like it is because like on some level she feels stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, move across the country or
Move across the
something.
country. Quit your job. Start anew. Move to Hawaii. Move to Georgia. Can
Or
you imagine
somewhere.
her with the ladies of Atlanta? They would rip her apart. She wouldn't
I
last one
know.
episode.
I could see her living somewhere like Texas or like somewhere with like a like I feel like she could find herself like a southern gentleman that
I think that Shannon like needs to find either a friend or a partner that makes her feel like she can be soft and
yeah.
rest
Yeah.
because she's like so tired. She's so tightly wound and so firm because she doesn't feel safe enough to rest and to be like silly and have fun.
I love how you just said that.
And silly Shannon is really fun to watch too. Like when she's goofy, like she's hilarious.
I relate to that. Like, there has been times in my life where I felt like I couldn't be soft because I was on survival mode, and you feel like you can't, loosen your jaw and just relax and have fun. And
Yeah.
there was probably like a couple of years of my life where I was like that. And that's
Yeah.
sad.
It
I
is sad.
I appreciate you putting it into that kind of perspective.
I appreciate you sharing. I know, I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of moments where that protection part of us, where we feel like we have to be tough and have it all together and be resilient, is important, and it does help us at certain points in our life, but also it's knowing when to take that guard and those walls down and be like, I don't have to be hyper vigilant right now. Like, I don't have
Yeah,
to be hyper vigilant. I'm in London with all my friends, and
right.
I can have fun and I can let it go, and it's just not that serious. Like,
Yeah,
I can be here and I can be soft, and my
I love
softness
that.
is not going to be weaponized against me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, switching gears here.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City.
Ooh, let's dish.
First off, an iconic quote that I feel like could be on merch here very soon is John Barlow, gotta have the furs. Gotta have the
Oh,
furs. So, how about this with like a fur? Or like this cute little small black dress, like with a fur.
yeah.
Gotta have the fur.
I mean, it is like, okay, do you have a fur coat? Have you ever worn one? Because like Denver's a place you could wear one.
Yeah, I don't own one, but I have worn one before.
Okay. There
I
is
think it's my
something though.
grandma's or someone.
Oh, I love that.
Yes,
Vintage.
yes.
I got like a fake fur coat, not harming animals, last year, and or 2 years ago, and when I was living in Denver, and it's in my mom's house right now because I did not want to get rid of it. But there is something about when you put on a fur coat that it's like I'm a different persona. Like, I am an alter ego of myself, and I am the
Oh
baddest
yeah.
bitch alive. Like,
Oh yeah.
something about putting on that coat, I am like, I will curb stomp your face with my stiletto if you look at me wrong. Like, there's just like this power in it of like, I'm
Yeah.
a bad bitch that can't be killed.
Which I think goes perfectly with the mob wife theme, but
Yes.
also what a strange theme to have as your wedding anniversary party.
I kind of love that Angie was like, I'm leaning in. Like, I'm just gonna lean in. I kind of love when the housewives lean into the shady shit.
Yes. Well, okay, also, pause too. This happened very quickly. Angie came out basically and said that she's 50, which go the fuck off.
Oh, Angie looks amazing.
Yes.
I'm really liking Angie this season. Like, last season, like, she just kind of didn't bring a ton, but she was a friend of.
Trying too hard.
Also, have you noticed? I keep bringing me to bring this up. She's in the middle in the intro.
That means shit's about to go down with Angie.
I know, because she's in the middle the whole
Yeah.
in the intro with her diamond, right? Because they have diamonds in Salt Lake, or
I thought
snowflake.
snowflakes.
She's her snowflake, and she is in the middle. And you know who's on the very end? Heather.
They're gearing up for Heather's villain era.
They are.
And Mary is giving. Hallelujah. This is the level of energy that I needed.
Mary talking shit about everyone to the two little girls. That scene, I was rolling. I was
Like,
like,
they could
this
have
is
never
great.
produced that even. Like, that was the
No.
fact that she just did that.
Or when she was like, "Hi, Jared," dead. And she was like, "Who's Aaron?" And
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Who the fuck is Aaron?"
Yeah.
Also, Aaron was hot though. Like, get it?
Yeah. I mean, Brittany's beautiful. I don't think that I don't think that she will ever, struggle in that domain. But my issue with that scene was that it broke my heart that she so very casually said, like, when I break up with someone, I just automatically just start dating other people. And I just, put it to the side and move on. I'm like, girl, this is why you catch yourself in these poor situations.
Yeah, the situations. Does she have kids? I don't remember because that's what I kept thinking about too. Like, does she have children? Because that's just also really sad that like this is the example that she's setting for her kids as well of like I have to have a man. I like can't be alone. I need to go from one to the next.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she has children. I can't remember, but
We haven't
that
really
was
learned
just,
a lot
yeah, we
about
haven't,
her besides Jared.
yeah. Um, were you totally shocked? I mean, what about Justin Rose being a shady lady and inviting him over?
That was so shady.
I cannot believe.
I was like, Justin, maybe you and Whitney are more alike than I thought. Also, him getting in a fight at the end,
I know. Do you think that they're going to become like the New Jersey house husbands?
maybe.
Do you think that they're actually going to fight? Do you think that he and John Barlow are actually going to fight?
No, John Barlow can't fight anyone.
Stay tuned. I guess we'll
Um,
find out.
what's the okay? I saw this meme too where it was Lisa Barlow's youngest son, and he was just playing video games because she talked about in this episode how he just like plays a lot of video games. And there was a meme of him playing video games, and it was like I couldn't help but wonder who's running his company. John
So fun.
Barlow. John Barlow's
Yeah,
doing it. That's why he's getting upset because he's got a foot in the game with these kids and
I
this
guess
and his
so.
wife not being a liar. But when Lisa was like, "Get LAPD on the phone,"
And go the
how
distance.
the distance, I was like, Lisa.
Yeah, LAPD and Salt Lake PD. I was like, girly, reel it in. Are you that insecure? Like, can you, yeah, that you need to involve and use up these people's time?
Also, Prism doesn't matter, guys. Like Prism doesn't matter. I'm so sorry. It's one of Whitney Rose's many business ventures. It does not matter.
Well, like, yeah, I don't know.
What?
The way that she was so defensive made me further believe that she's guilty.
Oh, of the jewelry? Yeah, definitely. But that's like where all of these people buy their stuff. Like they all are buying it from Alibaba or Shein or one of these places. Like all of these little boutiques are buying their stuff from there.
My commentary on it is take new photos.
Oh, I know. When I saw that, I was like, where are the can you get some new pictures though, Wit?
Yeah.
I think
I don't know.
I do think that they are from Alibaba.
Alibaba.
Um and that's why she was so upset about it. But she has to number one know that she's gonna get caught because she didn't change the pictures. So like what did you think? And then also like Justin defending her. What did you think about that?
I mean, I appreciate that any man is going to defend their wife no matter how poor the situation is. Like
Yeah.
that you're ride or die. That's what you look for in a partner. Like even if they don't believe that you're in the right, that they'll stand by you. That's fucking loyal.
Yeah. I agree. I think that like men supporting their partners is really huge and being like even if you're wrong, I'm going to rally for you.
Yeah, and then talk to you privately about like what I think.
Yeah. I'll talk to you privately about it, but in person I'm going to rally for you.
Absolutely.
Hell
And I
yeah.
will say too that we did see a scene where Whitney had showed accountability to Meredith.
Yeah.
And I love to see it. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. And that is a part of her healing, I hope.
I hope so too. I think, back to Brittany though, I think one of the things she was reminding me of is like this lesson that I feel like I've learned a lot over the last year is like not trusting women who center men in their lives because they will come running to you when there's problems in their relationship. And as soon as their relationship is fine, you will not hear from them. And then
Yep.
if they break up, they're going to run to you again and then act like they didn't take advantage of you and your friendship. And I
And your
think,
time.
and your time, right? like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be there for friends. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, women who center men so much that they only have time for their female friendships when their relationship is in distress.
I could not agree more. I have a friend that has drugged me through the on and off game, and it lasted for probably a year and a half. And that was of what I knew. And it just breaks my heart that it probably lasted a lot longer, but it got to a point where I had to set up boundaries and say, hey, I can't be there for you in this capacity because it's draining. It's draining for me to support you and for me to show up for you to just turn back around and go back into that situation that you just complained about and took my time to complain about for this long. Like, of course, like you said, I'm going to be there for a friend. I'm going to show up. But to what capacity? I need to monitor and manage that myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and I've been that person too. Like, I want to take ownership. If we're talking about ownership and our healing journeys, I want to take ownership of the fact I've also been that person where I've like disappeared into a relationship and come out when I've had problems and then gone back into it. Like, I've been there. I am in a place in my life though where I do not have time for women who center men in their lives to that.
Yeah.
And like, and center their romantic relationship over investing into their female friends.
And she's centering him and her whole storyline, even. We don't know who the fuck she is as a person because all
Literally,
we've heard about is Jared.
we don't know if she has kids. We don't know if she was married before. I think she said she was divorced, maybe. But like, we know nothing about her besides Jared. Well, and now
Right.
Aaron, which thank you, Mary Cosby, for that iconic moment. But the like, you are more than this, Brittany. Like, you are more. Show us more than just this, because like, you are a story and you are a complex woman and your story does not revolve around a man. Like, ew, you're better than that. You're
And you're
stronger than that.
beautiful and you have the capability to be beyond that.
Yeah, I think like women who center men in their lives are people that you cannot count on to, like, that's the thing, is like, they will want you to be there for them, ride or die, when their relationship is blowing up. But when you need something in return, like, there's not that reciprocity, because there cannot be, because they can only be there for you when they're in distress over their relationship.
Yeah, and I will even go out and say that this happens in the reverse as well with men. I mean, Sam has had a friend that has done this to him and then ghosts completely and decides to go back with a partner that's toxic. And it's like, I see that happen. It's not just an exclusive thing to women.
Yeah.
I think women are more likely to talk about it and to, go to friends and vent about it. But yeah, I think it goes both ways.
That's a good point too. I've not seen it with men in my life, but I don't doubt that that's to be true and that Sam has had that experience as well. I think we see it more with women because it's more acceptable too for women to center men in their lives and to center their romantic relationships. In a way where like, we're supposed to gather around them when these things go wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it's like as common for men to gather around men when things are going wrong in their relationships, because they don't, I feel like they don't talk about it in the way women do. Like, women,
exactly.
Like, men are not as forthcoming about what's happening in their romantic relationships with their friends in the way women are.
Right.
Yeah.
You got that right. Well, also, I think we got an answer to a question that we had last week on Salt Lake City, that Robert Jr. is, in fact, it was in quotations that it was his wife, but he is married and living at home with his quote unquote wife.
And he just got arrested recently.
Okay.
And he is currently in rehab, which that scene where he came home, you could tell like that he was not sober.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised they decided to put that on television.
Well, and in light of that, though, I appreciate that we continue to see this, I mean, albeit enabling, but this mothering side of Mary and this concerned side of Mary. And we're seeing more personal. She opened up and shared that she did not have a mother care for her, and that is why she is so overbearing and enabling. So maybe it is, over 180-degree reaction, but we are seeing this different side of Mary that we have not seen before.
What did you think about her saying, like, I want him to listen to me? He doesn't listen to me anymore.
That was toxic.
Because I heard that and I was like, oh no, boy mom, boy mom, boy mom.
Codependent,
Yeah,
codependent.
Enmeshment.
Yeah, that's
I know.
not good.
It is, you're right though, it is nice seeing like these other sides of Mary, because we've seen her as just like this person that's so disconnected from the group and is on the show for reasons we can't understand.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing her like be, a mother or a boy mom at points too, and then we're also seeing her have fun, and we're seeing more dimensions of Mary, which is really nice. But when she said that to him, I was like, oof.
Yeah.
This is the pattern, like, so often in like enmeshed relationships, and it can work this way for various genders too. I'll just speak to like the ones that we're seeing the dynamics of like when, say, women are married and their husband is either like not connected to them or like really distant or maybe even abusive, and they have a son, they will form a really unhealthy bond with their son, hoping that the connection they have with their son can almost act as a replacement for the connection they don't have with their son's father.
Ooh. I know a couple of people where that's folding out.
Yeah. And I think that when she said that, it was like, ooh, she is getting like, this is deeply enmeshed, and she is trying to get her needs met that she does not get from his old ass daddy.
Yeah.
Her grandpa.
And we're going to see that unfold.
Yeah.
So Salt Lake City is keeping us sustained so far.
It is.
Love it.
We're going to have to talk more about Potomac, but Potomac is serving already. Mia and the ladies had a hat party, and Mia got dragged for her ex Gordon G, who she was so in love with until she got on one season of The Housewives and then made money and then divorced him.
Love when that happens.
Yeah, and he's still on the show though, which I was surprised. Like, there's a scene with them at the park and the kids, but he went to TMZ and said like that their kids are not his, and that she had an affair, and that she's been having a long-standing affair, and that her new boyfriend is like this long-standing affair. And so the ladies were talking about that, and she got really upset. She's like, do not question my validity as a mother, like very, very upset about it. And then, but it's funny because you're watching this scene with her next with her kids, and it's like she's so out of touch and like has no idea how to talk to her children. It was like, oh, this is cringy. So that's happening there. And then we get a Emmy award-winning scene introduction replay of the Grand Dame's DUI. It is like, Meredith, I'm watching it and I'm like, am I watching like a cop show? Did I put on the wrong thing? Like, I really thought that I put on like the first 48 or something, because the first scene is just like an iconic rendition of this DUI, which, producers, we love you for it. So, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen there. We've got a lot of relationship dynamics coming up. Ashley's dating, which I'm excited to see. And then we have a new housewife, and I forget her name. She's the news anchor, and she is also dating and getting divorced. So I think there'll be some fun relationships.
I love to follow housewives in the dating scene.
Me too. It's so fun.
It is. So I can't wait for that. Thank you for that recap.
So Potomac, I think, is going to be really fun.
Awesome. Do you have any? I just had my hot take. Don't really have an ick this week, other than New York City needs to bump it up here. Something's got to happen. Do you have anything this week?
My hot take is that, I actually thought about this earlier and I totally lost it. So this is what happens when we record on a Sunday and a Sunday morning. My hot take this week is that I think I am predicting that Angie K is about to step it up. And we already kind of talked about that because I was going to bring in her snowflake and how I realized that she's at the center in the ad, in the
Yes.
intro.
Love to see it.
Okay. My ick this week is people who text too much, but let me explain this to you, Meredith, and I want to see what you think. So
Come on.
I went to a Halloween party last night. It was really silly. It was with my friend that's 72, and I was her date. Um,
Love.
and it was really fun, but it was silly. And there was this guy there that the host introduced me to. And she's like, "You two are single," and we both had like 80s athletic costumes. And so he's like, "I'd love to get your number before you leave, and maybe we can talk when it's a little quieter," because there was like a band and stuff. It's like, sure. So I saw him when I was leaving, and he got my number, and he texted me his name. And I was leaving because I also had a headache. And I told him that. I said, "Oh yeah, I've got a migraine. I'm gonna go home and lay down." He texted me last night and said, like, after he texted me his name, like an hour later, he's like, "It was so nice to meet you. I'd really love to go get a coffee. Let me know when you're feeling better and free." Then this morning,
appropriate. Love that.
But then this morning, I woke up and I had a text from him at 6:30 a.m. "Good morning. Are you a morning person or an early riser?" 6:30 on a Sunday. Also, I didn't respond to your other texts, and I had a migraine. Like, is that too much? Like, that was my ick. That icked me out. I was like, I don't even want to respond to this guy.
Yeah, wait until it's more conversational before you get to, are you a morning person?
Yeah, and also, like, maybe wait until, like, 10 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah. Well, obviously, he's a morning person.
Yeah, which obviously is my ick, so it's not going to work out because I'm not a morning person. That felt like, okay, but does that feel like too much?
I wouldn't say it's an end all. Like, I would say maybe give it a chance, but it is annoying. But also, maybe he's just excited. Because, as you've said, it is kind of slim pickings because of the tourist population. So maybe he's excited.
Okay.
I'm choosing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He seemed nice. He does live alone, which is a big thing in Hawaii. Most people have roommates because it's so expensive.
So he's probably rich as fuck.
He told me he's a massage therapist, though, so I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
That can bring in some coinage.
It can, yeah. He also told me he's an actor in Hawaii, and I'm like, okay. Okay, that's my first stick, but then I had another one because I need advice.
Okay.
So then I went on a second date with this other guy. He's a professor. We have very good conversation. He's like incredibly intelligent, and our conversation is really expansive, which I value. It's not just like boring. We're actually like talking about ideas and philosophies and like things happening.
I love that.
We went on a second date, and the whole time I'm just like, this is not, like, energetically, this is just not a fit romantically. There's nothing
more friendship. Yeah.
There's nothing in me that wants to kiss this guy. And so at the very end, he's like, "Can I kiss you?" And I was like, "Okay, let's try it." So I say yes. It is one of the worst kisses I have ever had. It is like a little peck, and then he comes back for more. But in that kiss, I realized he has no lips. And so I'm just like, he's like, it's like this. And I'm just like kissing hard teeth gums. And like, I'm like, oh my God, because he has no lips. And he texts me after and he's like, "That was the best kiss I've ever had." And I'm like, what? How is that the best kiss you've ever had? And so that was my ick too.
You're out here making the men weak in Hawaii.
It's because I have red hair. No one here has red hair. But
I don't know.
Those are my
luscious lips of yours.
I have filler. Maybe he should get filler. So my ick was like that man telling me that it was the best kiss he ever had. What? Like, what? And then this other man triple texting me before I even responded to the first one. I'm going to wait for the man that triple texted me until noon. If he texts me again, I will know, like, this is a no-go.
Yeah. Maybe he's excited. Give this other one a benefit of the doubt, and then maybe just friend zone the professor.
I have to friend zone the professor. I need to message him back.
It's good to have platonic friends that stimulate you intellectually.
I agree. And I actually really do enjoy spending time with him and conversing with him. There's just like no sexual chemistry there at all. yeah, so if anyone has thoughts on that, feel free to chime in as I share my strange dating life here in Hawaii, where there's like 3 options.
I love it. I love it. Well, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, comments on Rachel's dating life, reach out to us. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, Bravo Bedside Banter. You can also shoot us an email, bravobedsidebanter@gmail.com. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.